Hello there, welcome back to a review of the game today between Sutton and Grimsby Town. Apologies I didn't get the preview out. Very busy, what can I say? But the game finished 1-1, and does that dampen the week is the question. My answer is no. Because overall, if we look at the week in general, it's been a good week. But in another way, it's a wake-up call, isn't it? Really, that it was a dreadful game. It was awful. The game was dreadful. It was like it was two relegation-threatened teams playing near enough the same level as each other, really, and it was kind of like, for us it was, you don't finish a team off, controversial situation like what happens. Just take you through a little bit of it. Not much to really report in general. It was a slow start by both teams. I think we had a little bit more quality than Sutton. Only a little bit. It was kind of like the pitch was diabolical. It was more like a sand pit than it was a football pitch. But it was, like I said, it's the same for both teams. So we can't really complain on that regard. Just Abiku did get his goal just before half time. Good for him. It was a good ball in. It was a good tussle, and he got on the end of it. Can't fault him. He'd worked hard for that. About 10 minutes previous, he'd been threatening a little bit and getting in there, and he did the job. Perfect time to score the goal. And again, the second half, I didn't get the best view of the second half. So if anyone went to Sutton, please do let me know how you saw the second half. But it was just, it was us not finishing Sutton off. And then the decision, it was about the 83rd minute or so. The linesman had a shocker all day, to be completely honest. That is probably the worst linesman or worst assistant I've seen this season. It was like a battle between the referee and the assistant. It was baffling, really. The referee was overruling the linesman then early on in the game, which he did, and then the linesman was adamant it was a penalty. I looked at the replays a couple of times and I can't see why he gave the penalty. I can't see anything that definitively would say yes, there's a penalty in there. But we can't really blame that overall as to why we've lost or why we drew. It feels like we've lost. Now I know a lot of people said before the start of the game that we'd take a point at Sutton. Would you now? It's funny, isn't it? You know how some fans were saying at the beginning of the week, a draw at Wimbledon, a draw at Sutton wouldn't be a bad result. You won't be thinking that now, and it's typical Grimsby this season, I would say. Like I said, the amount of times we've been ahead in games and we haven't finished teams off. And then obviously compounded to the draw was Forest Green went and got a home win, a 2-0 home win against Walsall. So, whereas much in the relegation battle now as we were before the Forest Green game. We're only 2 points better off. So there's not much to sort of report game-wise, because the game was awful. The game was dreadful. We tried to play the better football, but we can't really use that as an excuse because, again, it was the same for both teams. So I think if you're looking at that, you're basically clutching at straws. Today it was the fact we just didn't finish them off. And if you don't finish teams off, we had a number of chances in the second half where we could have. I was hearing Martin Gritton on Humberside, he was saying, that's what happens when you don't finish a team off. How dangerous 1-0 is, It was great that we got it against Forest Green, but Sutton do have threats, and, they took the penalty and buried it. What I will say, I think Cartwright had a decent game today. Abiku definitely did. He had a decent game. Danny Rose again working his butt off, but it's now to be real that we're not safe yet, and I think it might be just the games in hand that might save us really, but we're not safe yet. We could have been close to safety had we won. But now with us dropping points against Sutton and Forest Green picking up a win, we're just as much in it as we were 2 weeks ago. Maybe 2 points better off. We were 3 points out of Forest Green. We're now 5. But, we're just as much in it as we were then. If you were able to listen to the game or watch the game, let me know your thoughts down below. Mine is, you've got to finish teams off. And it's as simple and as plain as that. You have to finish teams off. Because 1-0, a lot of the time, it is not enough. And so, yeah, it's been a half decent week. 5 points from 9. Half decent. Not gonna judge that too far. Half decent. But it makes the MK Dons on Tuesday night quite interesting. Let me know your comments down below. Please do like, share, subscribe. I will be back with a preview for the MK Dons game. In the meantime, like I said, hit that like button, hit that bell button. That'll let you know when I upload the MK Dons preview. In the meantime, guys, safe journey back to anybody that's going back from Sutton. But leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you soon. Not safe yet.